Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode. For those of you who are joining for the first time, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Sorry for the delay, guys. I was having some technical difficulty, as you can hear at the beginning, but it's resolved. So, thank you, everybody, for joining. So, guys, as you can see in the title tonight, without further ado, I'm going to be talking with you guys about this news that was broken here last night. If you were here late last night after the debate, you would have heard Karen talking about this gentleman who had his house set ablaze down at Eastern Westmoreland, where Dayton Campbell is. That was the first time I heard about it, but today Luther Buchanan came out and spoke. So I'm going to talk about that with some other stuff. Let me just see who's here. Good night, moderator. Good night, everybody. All the new people in the chat, welcome. Make sure you're subscribed and you have your notification on. So, blood and fire comrades, good night. I think someone may be over here too. Guys, words are powerful. Words are important. Words can build people and words can break people. This blood and fire thing. At the very beginning of Mark Golding's presidency in the PNP, Mark Golding came out and started behaving like a thug. You have to get wicked pan them. All sort of thing. And some people were laughing, some people were, saying this man is so inappropriate. And I said, this can't be right, because when you are a political leader, when you are there having people follow you and listen to you and supporting you, you have to be careful. You can't just come out and be saying anything and doing anything. You must, in this situation that Mark Golding is in, you must always promote peace, love, and unity, and whatever your political message is. But Mark Golding is not that type of person. He's not cognizant of the fact that there are going to be people out there who will listen to your tone and your message. And in politics, they're going to follow their leader. Just like how Trump did tell the people him on January 6th, say, go on up there, go defend certain things. And he led the people up there. And we saw what happened. People up there died. They stormed the U.S. Capitol. People under them table and hide. And they know that they have the power and in the position to do these things. So when you come out and you say blood and fire, and you use certain rhetoric and certain language, what do you expect? It was only a matter of time, Of course, nobody expected for you guys to unleash your blood and fire on your own people. But it happened, okay? So let's talk a little bit about Luther Buchanan. As we know, Luther Buchanan had been in this seat for a while. He lost the seat by 11 votes. In my opinion, Luther Buchanan is one of those people who he was led astray. They followed Peter Bunting to their own demise, just like Lawrence Rowe. Follow Peter Bunting, follow this cult to their own demise. And then not only that, the same cult turn around on them. I'm going to let you watch a video real quick of Luther Buchanan when he should have been in his seat campaigning and getting ready for the general election last time. He was busy on Bunting's campaign and platform 1 year before the election. Have a listen.
It was like a movement like never before. I saw old people, I saw young people, people, I saw children, I saw disgruntled party workers hugging workers that they were angry with, and I said, this is a united People's National Party to be led by Comrade Peter Bunting. Comrades, the whistle stop was a success.
All about the leader today. Comrade.
Okay, so that was Luther Buchanan allowing himself to be used by a man who was seeking power for himself. Bunting roping everybody he could to rise against him party leader. And these people didn't stop to think of the consequences. They didn't stop to think about the timing, his motive. They didn't stop to think about anything. They were just led astray by the devil. Now, if Luther was not on the road with Bunting for 3 months, he could have been in his place and wouldn't lose by 11 votes at recount. When it was all said and done, they were defeated. Bunting, Rise United were defeated. And rather than going back to their respective constituencies, everything was in a shamble because they did not expect the outcome that they had. But they had the agenda was already set. We're gonna start moving out the Peter Phillips loyalists, them, or the PNP loyalists rather, and we're gonna install all of our Rise United candidates. Luther Buchanan thought he was special. He thought they had his interest at heart. He thought that they would have treated him fairly, respectfully. That didn't happen. The seat that he lost by 11 votes, a man named Dr. Hall came in there. And Luther probably didn't even oppose Dr. Hall, really, because he hadn't lost anything. Dr. Hall came in, and before you know it, around 2020, late 2021 or early 2022, Dayton Campbell decided that he was the one who was going to be the candidate there. A man who lost by 2,000 odd votes. Now, when Dayton got there, the people them tell him, say, listen, Luther now support you. And if you don't have the support of Luther people them, you don't have the support of Dr. Hall people them, you cannot win down here. Them tell him to him face, them never go around, them tell him to him face. But him never care. Him stay the same way. There was talks about Luther going independent, I'd heard that. But I'm going to let you hear real quick what Luther Buchanan said about the arson that took place and how he feels about Dayton Campbell and the pending general election. Have a listen, guys.
Deliberately set on fire. And I mean, in a society, it seems to be deliberately set on fire. And I mean, in a society as vulnerable and volatile as ours is, when I hear the leader of the People's National Party talking about blood and fire and telling people to get wicked on them, there are those that are going to take it literally. I consider such statements inciting, irresponsible, and reckless when you want to lead a country. So I am not saying who did it, because I don't have that proof yet, but I am of the firm view, and it is my opinion, that it is a matter of incitement from such comments. It is an obvious, it is known from day one that I opposed the insertion of Dayton Campbell in the constituency of Eastern Westmoreland that I once represent. Not out of any ill feeling, but the process wasn't a real process. And for that reason, I objected to him coming. And then, really, I don't see what he brings to the table here, because he had a constituency. In his first term, he lost 4 councillors. Second, basically lost his seat by 2,000, and you're coming to a seat that we lost by 11 votes in a recount. I mean, the way you got here is. So the gentleman that lives in the house is one of those who share my sentiment. This is my first election that I will abstain, and I'm categorically stating that I'm not a Labourite. I am not, but I'm not supporting Dayton Campbell in this seat. I have not been campaigning, but I live here and I've had conversations. Am I not entitled to a conversation and my opinion? September 3 will speak for itself. From my observation, nomination day is a clear indication of where the people's hearts are. And I regret that we are at this point in Jamaica, and there are some that would want to turn back the hands of time. It seems to be deliberately set on fire.
All right, so I got a call today. Somebody who was listening to the program last night from down at Eastern Westmoreland say, I'm just calling to confirm that before any interview or anything with Buchanan this evening. And the person sent me just a call to confirm and make you know, say, I am from Eastern Westmoreland. And this is nothing but political intimidation. I'm calling to confirm what Miss Karen said. And it's political intimidation. The man that lived there, him and Luther is basically seen eye to eye on the fairness and so forth of the process. So the man have a look of food for the poor house. Well, Luther allowed him to build on his property when he worked for him. And God have mercy. I mean, for tell me, say, Dayton Campbell and him thugs them could have been so wicked for go burn out the little old man. Eh? Guys, I don't know. Me I tell you, say them people are wicked, you know. And the first people them turn them wickedness on is their own. That's how they do. Suppose the man never come out of the house when them light the fire. This is crazy. At the second time this is something like this for Dayton Campbell, you know. When Karen did come out and accuse him, there was a man down in the constituency. And a man there, somebody talking at the chat and remind me. The man from down at Dayton constituency. It was alleged that the man knew some stuff. And little more from that. Me hear say the man placed bun down and gunshot fire. You don't remember that incident there? And the man dead. You don't remember? I don't remember the man's name. But this is the second time that something like this is following Dayton Campbell. And because they're so vicious, he is so vicious. I consider Dayton Campbell to be a curse from his mother's womb, you know. I don't know his mother from nowhere, but you can't, there's no way you could have a picnic like, you see him and Peter Bunting, the two of them come from a curse womb. I don't care who vex, nobody can in an argument with me. But what me just say, the two of them is a very vicious human being. Vicious and nasty. I don't even put them in the category of a human being. The way I see them deal with people. And that's why nobody at all don't like them. It happened in a St. Ann. Them burn down your man house and shoot up your man. So, this is clearly a case of arson. This is clearly political intimidation. And when you look at the political dynamic there and see how Dayton Campbell basically bullied his way into the constituency without regard for Luther, who was there and lost by only 11, a man who was there with them from them a sabotage them party. And we see how Not even Bunting would have stand up for the man and say, no, Dayton, no, that's wrong. You cannot go down there. Make him run back for the seat or leave Dr. Hall. The whole of them stand up there and make this boy come victimize the man. And when the people them say them don't want him, them abandon him man house. That means there's a message they must send to Luther, you know. They must send a message to Luther, say, are you next? Because that the commanding do them nothing, you know. Them see it as Luther influencing the man. So Luther, you're going to have to beef up your security. And you have to go make sure say your cameras them on. Because if you don't mind shot, then kill you too, you know. Yeah, man, me not laugh. If you don't mind shot, then take your life. Because you're not supporting Dayton Campbell. You know, let me just say this. Me don't know how some people so fool. Which political school you know go? Because you not go to school that makes sense, you know. Because the man them this your wicked. You know see where Lawrence Road though? Then this Lawrence Road decides them declaring war upon them. Them not Lawrence Road decides that them not go take advantage of him and do no further wickedness than what they already do. So Lawrence will make sure say him position himself for anything or anything. You think say them are going to trouble him? Them not going to trouble him. As much as a garrison, them not trouble him. And them can already see all the society is reacting to what they did to him, and nobody likes what they did to him. Everybody have burned them out and call them wicked. So you, Luther, when them do that to you and you see election a come, you are going to make a man come in at your place, kick you out of the way and come run. No, man, what you should have do was go independent. You talk about, I'm not going to turn a labor right. Go run independent and run the man out of your place. You know, no sense, man. And that's why nobody can sorry for you. Because you're not stand up for nothing. You're a big man for Dayton Campbell. And you are going to make Dayton Campbell alco idiot where they run from down him yard. A sentan. Come in your place and you have to sit down there. You had 2023, 2024. You had 3 years. And you could have set up yourself to run independent. It no matter if a 2 vote you get. Run independent and show the boy say a your place. And where him do wrong. Since you say you don't want to join the Labour Party or whatever. But you don't believe in hiding and doing things and rare. Boy, I don't know. You know nothing. Boy, I don't know. You know weak. You know weak like rats. Anybody will stand up to Dayton Campbell. You ever see Dayton Campbell come up and call him name it? The woman will take away his seat. Ever hear him call a woman and name it? No? Ever hear him call Karen name it? You ever hear him call my name it? The only thing with Dayton a coward, you know. Anybody where you see will stand up to him and them know so people will stand up to him. You ever hear him call Lawrence Road name yet? You're a coward, man. Me not sorry for you. Me hear the interview. And guys, if Luther Buchanan is over here watching, Luther, JP, you not sorry for you. You know no sense. You should have run independent. For those of you who are just joining, let me just replay what Luther Buchanan said today. Especially the part where him say, everybody know him now support Dayton and him has not joined the JLP area.
Set on fire. And it seems to be deliberately set on fire. And I mean, in a society as vulnerable and volatile as ours is, when I hear the leader of the People's National Party talking about blood and fire and telling people to get wicked on them, there are those that are going to take it literal. I consider such statements inciting, irresponsible, and reckless when you want to lead a country. So I am not saying who did it. because I don't have that proof yet, but I am of the firm view, and it is my opinion, that it is a matter of incitement from such comments. It is it is known from day one that I opposed the insertion of Dayton Campbell in the constituency of Eastern Westmoreland that I once represent. Not out of any ill feeling, but the process wasn't a real process. And for that reason, I objected to him coming. And then, really, I don't see what he brings to the table here, because he had a constituency. In his first term, he lost 4 councillors. Second, basically lost his seat by 2,000, and you're coming to a seat that we lost by 11 votes in a recount. I mean, the way you got here is. So the gentleman that lives in the house is one of those who share my sentiment. This is my first election that I will abstain, and I'm categorically stating that I'm not a Labourite. I am not, but I'm not supporting Dayton Campbell in this seat. I have not been campaigning, but I live here and I've had conversations. Am I not entitled to a conversation on my opinion? September 3 will speak for itself. From my observation, nomination day is a clear indication of where the people's hearts are. And I regret that we are at this point in Jamaica, and there are some that would want to turn back the hands of time.
When him said nomination day was a clear indication. On nomination day, I showed you guys the videos of Eastern Westmoreland, and you saw the overwhelming support for Danny Lawrence. Danny Lawrence won by the difference between the count between him and Danny Lawrence was only 11. Danny Lawrence didn't win by that much, you know. But you can see that over the last 5 years, that Danny Lawrence, he's made up a lot of grounds. He has made up a lot of grounds. Maybe if Luther was going up against Danny again, you know, it would have looked like a very close one. But right now, you know, look nowhere close to me. To me, we will see election day or election night. But when I look at the nomination day turnout, and in my view, that's usually a good indication of what to expect on election day. I don't know if you guys share that view. But yeah, that's what it seems like to me. You know, 401 good night, but he is highly critical of the Rise leadership. Yeah, him critical because they betray him and they wrong him. But what do you do? Criticizing them, that doesn't mean anything. Him should have run independent. You can't, boy, hey, me couldn't date a man like all this, you know. Lord Jesus. Man weak like rats. Before the man go run independent, the man met Dayton Campbell, a man will lose by 2,000 at vote. Come in place. And comfortable much ears. What the hell can go so? And maybe if you did take a stance or take that stance, the man house would have burned down too. I shouldn't say you're a clown. You can't move on from this. Academia people is that them people are upset your spirit, you see, man. So the blood and fire people them. Dayton Campbell have to build back the man house. Are you make them do it, or you tell them to do it, or are you do it? Build back the man house, not too wicked. Or you have to burn out a poor old man. You don't know say blood up on your shoulder. You're not too wicked, man. God Almighty. Them not come say anything about it. Guys, let me just show you real quick. Daryl Vaz today. Daryl Vaz roll out the school bus them today. And when me look, Mr. Daryl Vaz come out with some rum, wet up the school bus, the man wet up himself. So me say wait, cut and clear. When you look at people.
It was like a movement.
Doors have been retrofitted from the right hand side to the left hand side, which means the students will board the buses from the sidewalks and not from the road. And secondly, there was all sorts of noise and things about the tires on the bus. And I gave a commitment that all buses will have brand new tires. So I ask you to please inspect the buses to satisfy yourself that in fact the commitment that was made by me has been fulfilled. So the other thing that I like to say is that on the route, on the testing of the 122 routes, where we found that some of
Yes, guys. So the testing of the buses, I mean, clearly, if you're gonna have something like this happen, with the school buses, them rolling out September morning, and people are expected to get to school on these buses, you have to make sure that everything is intact, everything is fine. So that is what the minister is doing. But the excitement with the rum, guys, Lord Jesus. The excitement with the rum. Boy, me not wrong you still, because the way how some of them people are going, them will go all over to, Yeah, man, if they want burn down people place, and them a wish the bus them crash and the bus them burn up with the pitney them, you have to cut and clear, man. So me not see no problem with it. It's a pity say you never have two green lime there so for cut. Cut and clear. Next time come with September morning, come with two green lime. And 411, don't can use blue too. Lime and blue. And the rum. God have mercy. And this will come to. All because of some dirty mind people. Wishing the worst on others. 411 says sprinkle salt. Sprinkle some salt, yes. Oh my goodness. What can go so? Oh jeez. I'm expecting the buses to go well, and what I like about what I'm seeing is that he's admitting that, during this process of testing these routes and testing these buses, we have come to realize that on some roads you may have to adjust some things. You may have to change some buses, because you have the big bus them and the small ones them. Where it's too steep, maybe you have to put the smaller buses on that road, or things like that. Um he spoke about putting the doors on the right side, getting new tires for the buses and stuff like that. So it's going to be fine. I have all the confidence in what the minister is doing with the buses. I just want to see every bus. I just want to see every bus. So I see one disturbing video today. One look a boy. Him look like him about 16 or 17 on TikTok. And he must say, in a high school, we couldn't get for date none of the girl them in a high school, because the whole of them have them taxi man and them bus man. I say that saddy. Them have them taxi man and them bus man, and them a give them money. So we little boy in a school, they are no use for we, them now look our way. The taxi man, them and the bus man. So me say, what? I hope by the time this is all said and done, that school buses will be in all the schools, so that we can protect our young people, girls and boys. So this is good. I want you guys to see something before I open the phone line. And one man call about me up today. I say, him say couple of days ago, me hear you ask us what you can do to improve the program. And I'm going to tell you my mind. I don't think you take enough calls. I say, sir, what you say? I don't think you take enough calls. So I'm going to take a look more call tonight. But this is not just a one-way street, because if me take more calls, it means say nobody not supposed to call and I try to talk for 5 and 10 minutes. There's no way I could sit out here and take more calls, more call volume without people being considerate and knowing say other people want to talk to, or you stick to the topic what we're talking about here. In that case, more people can call. You know, say how some people stop call because why? They can't reach way. Because one person a call and a talk for 5 10 minutes. So then can't reach, so then top call. They message me private or off the ear, I should say. So we have to be a little more considerate. And then I can take more calls. We can start tonight. Let's see how well behaved we are. You know, let's be um considerate for other people and try to keep the calls 1 minute or minute and a half. You say what you want to say, and then we can discuss. But I want to show you this real quick before I do that. When we're talking about politics and politicians, especially now when we see people are come out with manifesto and people are trying to make their best pitch to you as to why you should choose them. Listen to what Julian said in Parliament recently.
One of the reasons we are here at this committee is because of the negative public perception of us. That perception is largely driven by unrealistic expectations, some of which some of us create because we make promises on the campaign trail, but largely driven by unrealistic expectations that people have of representatives. And when those expectations are not fulfilled, then the cynicism is almost cemented, and it has existed over many years. We don't explain limitations when we campaign, and we don't. None of us do, because we want votes.
Guys, this is the most damning statement I've heard in all my life. Them say confession is good for the soul, you know. But this when me hear Julian say, it is the most damning statement I've heard coming from a politician. He just admitted that he deceives the people during election time. Him deceive the people, knowing, fully conscious, knowing that what he's saying to the people is not something that is going to come to fruition. That is the biggest turn off to me. Me don't want a politician lie to me. If the country in a trouble, tell me say the country in a trouble. If something not going good, tell me say something not going good. But nobody can think say me an idiot. Like what we are seeing is different from what you are telling us. Keep it real with the people. So at a time like this, when we have JLP and PNP putting manifestos to the people and talking to the people, promising the people, Julian just make you know, say, listen, which say we just tell you where you want here or tell you where we feel say you want here because of vote where you look. What a deception. On the topic of our economy, me tell you from I find a video where Mark Golden come tell the people them say, you see, me tell you know, the budget debate where it go on. When Mark Golden come with the budget, them say a budget, but I was really want manifesto then come with. I remember me tell you when Bunting come in at the Senate the next day, cause through the walkout happen and him come in and say him want to finish. Him want to finish the statement. I'm telling you say a Bunting write that, you know. I trim no seat why him can't present it, but a him right here and give Mark Golden if he go present. Bunting is the one doing all the work, doing everything. He never works hard in his life because he messed up and he has something to prove. Now, when you hear Mark Golden go say, and he's repeated this numerous times. When you hear him say, the people now vote you in for you continue what the previous government did I do. Then vote you in for come do what you tell them say you have to do. At the same talking point, me hear Bunting coming at the debate with one night. Hear him.
So yes, what we have proposed is radical. It's transformational. It's going to require a shaking up and a reordering of all the priorities of government. That's not accidental. We're working for a social revolution. People are not going to elect a new government to do the same thing that the outgoing one is elected to do.
All right, so we'll basically get what he's saying is that if we become the government, we're not coming to do nothing like what Andrew do now. We're not going to continue nothing. We are come to a big social revolution. Now, you have to ask the question, why we never see some kind of social revolution in a central Manchester? Instead, the people them voted him out. Did he not have a social revolutionary plan during that time? Or what? Not making any sense. You have this big plan. You have just like when you had this big plan when you launched your Rise United campaign. And you still couldn't convince the comrades them. Then vote you out. But you know what? I'm going to say this to the JLP now. Uno make Bunting them come there, come tell some lie. Whole heap of lie. Right in front of the Jamaican people. We know a lie them a tell, because we know what go on. I mean, if you come there with a plan to be honest, and you got a rude awakening, say a lie, be a lie them plan for come tell. And you never plan for come tell no lie. You come for defend yourself and tell the truth. And when you come in our settings like that, from you hear the first lie, tell you not start tell lie too? When you start talk things when I go so too? And then they will stop lying. Them coming at the debate I tell be a lie. And when turn up one at the time when them tell the last lie, I say the three and look on one another like an idiot. Like, did they just really say that? Yes, they did. I one thing me know, you know. Tomorrow me gonna post the video. Favour Williams. Favour might talk. She might be very soft spoken and them thing there. But when she speaks, she's effective. Right? Right, you know, I start believing that last night I wonder to myself if I really Favour where I see come up. I mean, the woman talk with such confidence and such conviction. Anyway, that is for another time. But let me tell you this. Bunting was allowed to come and participate in a debate about the economy. And I heard none of you challenge Bunting on the status of proven wealth. This is a man who say he want to participate and put him out in our economy as if he's some financial genius. Me no hear none of you ask him say how comes Proven Wealth lost its CEO? How come Proven Wealth lost so much millions of dollars last year? How come we have to lock off so many locations of Proven Wealth? I think Bermuda was one of them and a couple others in the Caribbean region. So with all those losses, those financial losses that they suffered and them thing there, none of you not gonna make the Jamaican people know them something there. None of you not gonna ask them to come talk about it, because they say all Bunting not come talk about DB and G was successful and them sitting there like him proud. Him proud of that history that he has with DB and G and the sweetheart deals and the heap of money where they make offer with Omar Davis and them. Them are criminal. Where them do criminal to the Jamaican people. But he was very proud of it. Understandably, we never have enough time maybe to take them to task. But you've only got about 7 days or so. You got 7 good days when you can start go after them about their private company, Proven Wealth. Wanna put up some ads and show the people them how Mark Golding and Peter Bunting lend the Bahamas government how much $1 million for build housing scheme. And when you look over jungle, over Eventide, the whole of the building a collapse over there. And Mark Golding don't come to the parliament, come make no good representation for the people them get evacuated and demolish the building. Him no make no representation. Lie. Him no make no representation. We no need for come talk up them things there. Guys, allow me to tell. What happened with Proven Wealth? I want to lose so much money. I think say you can come run Jamaica economy like how you run Proven Wealth. It's not that kind of party. The Jamaican economy takes responsibility. People who are responsible. People who understand what they might do. For them behavior reckless, you know. Me here Bunting not last night. I keep saying last night. When was it? Was it last night? Oh, it was last night. It's been a long day. But anyway, me here Bunting last night, I say, it's time to stop. It's time to stop having these tight financial restrictions. It's time for, the workers of Jamaica to benefit. I'm like, what is he talking about? Because they are benefiting. They have benefited. There are no wage freezes. They've gotten raises. And if Bunting in a parliament, I collect the 20 odd million like Mark Gold in them and the rest of MP, them would not talk so. So what are you saying? So yes, the people are benefiting from, good financial management. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, let me open the phone line, guys.
It was like a movement like never before. I saw old people, I saw young people, I saw children, I saw disgruntled party workers hugging workers that they were angry with. And I said, this is a united People's National Party to be led by Comrade Peter Bunting. Comrades, the whistle stop was a success.
All about the leader today. Come red.
Sweet, so them that go somewhere,
Doors have been retrofitted from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, which means the students will board the buses from the sidewalks and not from the road. And secondly, there was all sorts of noise and things about the tires on the bus, and I gave a commitment that all buses will have brand new tires. So I ask you to please inspect the buses to satisfy yourself that, in fact, the commitment that was made by me has been fulfilled. So, the other thing that I'd like to say is that on the testing of the 122 routes, where we found that some of
Well, guys, I guess if you guys don't have anything to say to the people tonight, let me see. If we don't have nothing to say to the people tonight, we can end early and come back tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Friday. Tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna be posting some stuff that's focused on the government's manifesto. Me see the manifesto, it even AI friendly. The manifesto is AI friendly, which is pretty cool. And I'm gonna be posting of Faval Williams tomorrow as well, because Faval basically ripped apart the PNP's manifesto where the 3.5 and the economy is concerned. And you guys have to hear that. So, in that case, let us finish a little early tonight. We'll catch up Friday or tomorrow, we'll see. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. And have a good time and be safe out there. We'll catch up.